Orthodoxy is a somewhat of a loaded term because whenever you talk about orthodoxy, the straightness of one's thinking, you're by nature saying that somebody has to be right and somebody has to be wrong. So by definition, you have to align yourself with some group or other. For instance, Protestant Orthodoxy is different than Catholic Orthodoxy. And so when I hear the term Orthodoxy, I think of Catholic Orthodoxy because Catholic, it really is, in all senses, is the mother church. You have Catholic, then you have Reformations off of the Catholic Church. So if we talk about the rise that gave to the universal faith, I think that I don't think it was some grand conspiracy by one group of individuals or another. I think it goes back to very shortly after the apostles, to this breach that was encountered between the Jewish scriptures and a misunderstanding in the inclusion of much Platonic philosophy, Hellenism, and everything coming into the mix. And it just became a small tweaking. I mean, I think that's really the way that we see our adversary work today. He doesn't necessarily right away sell us one massive lie and expect us to buy into it. Everybody would know better. But yet he can just twist it little by little by little over time. And so it's one baby step after another that gets built on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, which when down the road a ways, you stand there and you look back and you say, how did we get here? But it's been many, many turns, many steps that have gotten us there, not just one giant leap. So I guess without being too overly detailed, I think that there was a going away from using terminology, from defining what it meant to be the Son of God, what it meant to be the Messiah, what even the term God and Lord meant. All these things, just one after another, these terms just got eroded. And they just got redefined by generation after generation. And then you had big thinkers come along who would say, well, this is what they thought. And so people who would come after these great thinkers like Origen or Augustine or many of these that we find through history, they would take these guys' work and they respected these guys so well, they didn't necessarily want to rethink these guys' work because these were the brilliant guys. How dare you undermine, and well, in the case of Origen, they condemned him as a heretic a long time after, but still a lot of his work survived and a lot of that thought that he built survived. So yeah, I don't think it was one giant leap. I think it was just small steps, and I think it's a good admonition for all believers today, is that we have to be very, very careful, because one thing that we might not think is so big, one small thing getting in can really cause major problems and devastation later.